How's it going, everyone? ND Sean 45 here. Now, I know this is pretty late in the week for a preview video, but sometimes that just happens. I usually like to try to have them out on Thursday, but this week it just couldn't happen that way, so I apologize for the tardiness. But let's get right into it. This is one of the biggest anticipated matchups of the 2011 season. The Irish travel to Ann Arbor tomorrow night to take on Michigan in the first ever night game in the Big House. I cannot imagine how rowdy it's going to be tomorrow night, but we'll have to wait and see on that one. So let's just get right into the breakdown. Brady Hoke made his Michigan debut last week with an impressive win over Western Michigan, and Brian Kelly, unfortunately, was on the short end of the stick in a 23-20 loss to South Florida. Very disappointing way to start the season. Not what I had expected, but this week I honestly think is the week that we get things back on track and we start stringing together some victories. Now, as far as Michigan is concerned, what more can you say other than Denard Robinson? Very athletic, very talented quarterback, and as an Irish fan, as much as I hate admitting this, he made our defense look silly last year in South Bend. I mean, one player putting up 500 yards of offense, that is absurd, ridiculous, any other adjective that you can think of. So, without a doubt, the biggest key factor to us winning this game is we have to contain Denard Robinson. I mean, easier said than done, but that is the biggest key to winning this game. We have to contain him. And just because he's playing in a new offense under Brady Hoke, that doesn't mean that he won't try to do what he did to us last year. We cannot let that happen again. So, can't say it enough, contain Denard Robinson. Second key factor to victory, and a part of this I actually had pointed out to me by a Michigan fan on here who goes by the screen name Those Who Stay With U of M. And if I got your screen name wrong, man, I apologize, but I know it's something like that. He pointed out to me about how Michigan had a sick blitzing scheme against Western last week, and how Alex Carter they were in Alex Carter's face all day long, and he just got knocked on his butt all day long. Well, I looked at the highlights, and he's right. Michigan does have a pretty good blitzing scheme, and they're going to be tough to stop. On a little side note to your comment, though, Those Who Stay With U of M, on when you talked about Tommy Rees is going to have the same thing happen to him. Well, it's possible. I mean, you can never say never in this game. But on a little side note, that Western Michigan team, which was pretty much intact last season, we beat them last year by 24 points in South Bend pretty handily. So I'm not making a jab on Michigan because I do respect the Wolverines a lot. I'm just saying that I think our offensive line is a lot better than Western Michigan's. So you guys are going to have a challenge with our offensive line. So that's my second key to the victory for the Irish is our offensive line has to step up and be ready to pick up those blitz coverage, or those blitz packages by Michigan. The third key to victory is we have to play turnover-free football and smart football. We can't do what we did last week, turning the ball over 5 times, 4 of those times in the red zone as we're going in for the score. Can't happen. Just cannot happen. I guarantee that had we not committed those turnovers last week in the red zone, we win that game by 20 hands down. But whatever. That game's behind us. Only the future to look forward to. So protect the football. Protect the football with your life. Do not be making these silly mistakes. So that's all I can say about this game tomorrow night. If we execute those things properly, and the way our receiving core stacks up with Michigan's secondary, which I'm not calling them weak, but they do have some work to do. So with those matchups alone, I do think we win this game tomorrow night. As long as we execute everything properly and not make any foolish mistakes, I see us winning this game by at least a touchdown. So final score prediction, I say Notre Dame 27, Michigan 20. However, at the same time, despite my prediction, I do think there's probably going to be a lot more scoring than that. And of course, as a fan, as a Irish fan, I would love to see a 30-point victory by us, but I just don't think that's going to happen because this Michigan team is pretty good. And as I said earlier, I do respect them. and they do have some good players on their team, and just like us, they're on the rise. So yeah, that's really all I can say about this game tomorrow night, guys. Tommy Reese, this is your chance, man. Go get him, kid. So also, one last thing, guys, before I wrap this video up. We have a new video maker here on YouTube who represents Notre Dame. I don't think she's going to want to consider herself a trash-talking circle member, but nonetheless, she is another Notre Dame video maker, which we do need more of on here, is more Irish fans showing their face and repping the Irish as well as anyone else does. Not a lot of that on here. So anyway, her screen name is Luck of the Irish. Her link and stuff is going to be posted at the bottom here in the description. So go check her out. She actually does a pretty good job at breaking down games and talking strategy and all that. She's pretty new, so be nice to her. Show her some respect. So with that, guys, this is ND Sean 45 signing off. Go Irish, get it done, beat Michigan.